Hey everybody, Tiger Rock Cliff Mostler here, and I wanted to get a couple of things cleared up for tournament competition. Always when we go to tournaments I see some discrepancies, and I need to make sure I'm teaching my students correctly, telling them the correct thing, and I also want to make sure that I'm telling my instructors and judges how to judge this correctly. So the first thing I wanted to cover was the blocking and making sure that I do understand the concept of being close enough for a point versus actually being blocked. Now what I've been telling my students is this. So I have Nathan Cross here is going to help me out, but if he's got his hands down here, for example, just so we can see, if I get close enough to his head and not touch him, then I get a point, or 2 points in that case for that, but that is something that I get a point for even though I didn't touch him because I was extremely close, within about 2 inches. However, if I get to that same closeness, get to that same proximity, and he blocks it in the process, so that hand comes up and blocks, even though I was that close, because I never touched him, I should not get the point. Make sure that I've got that correct. I know obviously if I do touch him, even though he blocks it, if I manage to make contact, then it is a point. So I did want to double check that. And then the other one I wanted to double check was actually about going over the head. Now, I've had several instructors every tournament seem to ask these questions, and to be honest, I'm not sure exactly which way we should go on this. But from what I have taught my students, I've taught them what I call the spared your life concept. And what that is again, if his hands are down here, and I reach, let's say I hook kick up over his head, basically we like to say we spared your life. Meaning I could have dropped that lower, and had I done so, it would have taken your head off because you wouldn't have blocked it. But because I was nice enough to go over your head, I still get the points, I just didn't take your head off. Well, on the different side of that, if his hands are here, and I go over his head to this degree, well now at that point, had I dropped that, I didn't spare his life, I didn't save his life or anything like that, because had I dropped that kick lower, he would have blocked it. Obviously we don't teach our students to raise their arms up here to block. He shouldn't have to raise up, and he certainly shouldn't have to jump up in the air to block a kick that's going over his head. The biggest reason that I bring that up is because now with some of the kids, especially in the youth divisions, you have got incredible height differences, and if going over the head is automatically points, some of them have lost before they've even started. There's basically a person just has to lift up their leg constantly way up here, and the person doesn't have a chance regardless of whether they've got their hands up or not. So please let me know, please make sure that you post the comments, because I want to know, am I teaching that correctly? To me, if their hands are up and it's getting blocked, then in that case it should not be a point. If their hands are down and you go over their head, the spare your life concept, then yes, you should get points for that. Let me know, Tiger Rock, I appreciate your time.